Hey everybody, Logicog here, playing what I want when I want, so that hopefully you guys can have some fun too. And we are right back where we were with Project Hospital. In the last episode, we built our little two labs here for microbiology and hematology, basically parasites and blood. And with the X ray machine, that gives us a lot of working space to handle any general medicine that walks through the front door for our doctor's office. So now it's all about expansion and making money. We're a business. We need to pay our employees. So the next two grants are to treat 20 patients per day, which the next day we're expecting 23, looking pretty good. We're on day two, it's about to be day three. So that is going to happen when it happens. And we need to open a clinic at a specialized department. And last episode, I was talking about going into general surgery because that's where a lot of money comes from. Surgery is expensive, and it doesn't require a long hospitalization. Once the surgery is done, people heal really quickly, and so they come in and they get out. They cycle really fast. So that's a really good moneymaker. But the thing is you have to invest a lot. It requires a lot of personnel. It's high risk. It requires a lot of space. So I kind of want to make sure I have a vision for this hospital where I want a general clinic area, I want a hospitalization area, and then the emergency area. Because this right here, this yellow hash, is where the ambulance will drop people off, and you can move it, you can customize it. But I think I'm going to leave this right where it is for now. However, that pretty much means the emergency area needs to be right here because you don't want to have someone bleeding out on a stretcher having to be wheeled like halfway across the map. You need to treat them right then and there. So we know that's going to have to be there. And I know that each one of these specialized departments requires clinics and hospitalization, with the exception of internal medicine. So I'm kind of looking at this going, okay, where's all that going to fit? And like, how am I going to use this space over here? And so I know that hospitalization takes up a lot of room for beds and things like that. And I know that in the future, this is going to be a very, very big hospital. So there's going to be a lot of people, dozens and dozens, are going to come into this general area. I'm going to unpause this just so that we can treat some people. And you know what? I'm going to go and plan some things too, so right back into pausing. Yeah. So anyway, I know that three doctors' offices can barely handle 20, let alone 100. So I'm just going to go ahead and plan to expand. Right there, and there, and have a big, huge waiting room right there. Corridor. And people don't take a whole lot of time using the restroom. They just go in, wash their hands, and leave. So I'm not adding any additional restrooms and stuff like that for the doctor's office, which, like, really, you don't really need until much, much later with much more people in the hospital. But that right there reserves the space required. I think 7 doctor's offices are going to be fine for general medicine, even at the biggest amount. But where else are things going to go? Whoops. Let's see. We've reserved that space for the general medicine. Now, notice it says open a clinic at any specialized department. We don't have to open the entire surgery unit, we just have to open a doctor's office. One little clinic. And there's not a lot you need for that. That's basically what we did here. We opened a single clinic with 3 offices in it. So let's go see what's going to happen there. Um, I'm kind of looking at the lab space going, man, these are good labs. I don't want to have to move them later. How can I put that third lab in there? And, oh, ooh, wait. I have a good idea. Okay, if I go to the labs and the histology, poop and pee, um, how big are these? 10 by 6. All right, histology lab. Just for the sake of keeping it the same, let's make that a 10 by 6. And I'm looking at the radiology also. This is where I'm like, okay, this could work. Is the radiology is a big department. Right now we have a single x-ray machine, and it's going to be just as big as this entire department. They need MRI machines, they need CAT scans. And in real life, all of those things are actually on the first floor and outer walls because the machines themselves are more valuable than the buildings, so they literally just rip the building's wall out so that they can wheel the equipment in on the first floor. Just a little bit of interesting info. But I think for our purposes, I'm going to put these things on the second floor, which will be awesome because then I can use this space for specialized clinics. I'll still have my, lab space here. I'm still going to keep that x-ray machine because it's awesome just for the general, to have something just right across the hallway. It's very quick. Um, but everyone uses radiology. So to have radiology, just an entire department, that's this entire second floor, that's going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and plan for that. I'm really liking that idea. So let's see, corridor, we're going to have a 4 corridor there. I do want to use the space over here for just specialized clinics. So let's go ahead and plan. See, for a corridor to come there, there's one thing I don't like about that. I don't like use it like unused space. However, there is not anything else that really fits there. I mean, we're not going to fit an entire, clinic into a 6 tile space. It needs hallways and stuff like that. So I really just have to go non-uniform here and just possibly even it up by making this a 6 tile wide um, corridor. Maybe the elevator could face back and like this will be the actual like main hallway that leads to everything else, and I'll put like a gift shop and a cafeteria right there or something. That might work out. Okay, let's keep that the way it is right there. I like it. Uh, but for now, let's think general surgery. General surgery, the clinic is actually pretty well used, but most specialized clinics really only need like 2 doctor's offices in the whole thing. So, like, all I've got to do is put a cleaning closet there, a restroom. Oop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to keep things uniform and nice looking. Oh, that fits pretty well. I'm going to put 3. Is that 5 by 6? 6 by 6. There we go. Okay, just optical illusion. That tree right there is messing with me, I guess. I'm gonna make 3 doctor's offices for general surgery, just because it is a well populated requirement of the hospital. And I know we're gonna need a waiting room. And I'll even use the hallway space as the waiting room. But do do I want to devote this entire empty space to general? Ooh, you know what? I was thinking of how having like a common room to finally share between everybody, but that means everyone from over here needs to walk all the way over there just to take a break, and it's like, I don't want them to do that. So let's see, what else can I add in here? Maybe a service office to manage the janitors. All the janitors get to be a little better. Study room, not really needed because we only hire the best of the best. Everybody really has all the skills that we want them to have. I don't know. You know what, for now, let's just plan on this corridor coming all the way over. And we know, well, I know that I want general surgery. Every office is going to have a receptionist. So let's put the receptionist right there. They're going to have to walk in the door. Yeah, you know what? Let's. I'll use this for like a study room. That's out of the way. It's not really used very often. It's great. Alright, cool. That works out pretty well and uses the space efficiently. I like it. Oop. So, go there. Just make all of that a waiting area for general surgery. Oof. And we don't need. That deletes the whole thing. But there. Now we don't need a different one. We need to expand the one we have. There. Alright, and then this is going to be like our study room that leads off the main hallway. Alright, I actually like that. It's an efficient use of space. It's going to be a big investment in terms of foundation to lay down, but I'm only going to lay down the corridors and the ones we need right now. So it's going to look a little funny, but I don't like wasting land because that's the one thing, like, you really, the map does not expand. So that's pretty much going to be the first building right there. I like it. And we can always expand the specialized areas onto the second floor and third floor and fourth. So let's do this. Alright, we know all of this is going to be walled off. You need your own thing, you need your own thing. We're building basically the same clinic that we built in the first episode. And let's see. All of that. Gonna tear down the walls, or else they're gonna be like, how the heck do we get here? Again, big, friendly, open glass doors to the receptionist. Alright, receptionist again. We're only really going to need one for the specialized departments. And so there, make it a little bigger, and the desk. Nice chair, average computer. And that's pretty much all they need. But again, people in reception like to sit while other people are waiting in the queue. The big thing, well, let's handle what we need first. Everything needs a bathroom. So bam, bam. Sink, hand dryer, and I always include a trash bin because if you don't, that's just not realistic. restroom cells there. Put in our doors. Door to the restroom. See, that looks like an average size for like a 2-toilet public restroom. Now the janitors. 2 shelves. 2 janitors for 2 bucket carts. And a restricted area door. Okay. So now we have everything we need plus a reception. Now I need the money sink, which is the actual doctor's office itself. And it's a little different. The general surgery office isn't much more different than the other office. So it still needs an exam table, medical light, and we're focusing on making sure that the doctor doesn't have to walk around a whole lot. So again, fancy glass table, spending a little money just to make it look good. Sanitary equipment, again, I put that just so that they only have to walk once across the room. Biohazard trash. And I noticed I made a mistake on the other office putting the equipment cabinet. He does have to walk to the equipment cabinet, so I'm going to be putting that right there next to his desk. Going to be sitting at his desk. I want him to have a nice office chair. The eye test goes right next to the exam table. Give him a printer. And the equipment tables. I always just put 2 equipment tables because he also needs the audio meter and the CRP scan. And then these doctors also use the differential diagnosis, and they need to walk to their chart board to use that. And right there, that is the same thing for general surgery. Now we only need one of those. One of those rooms cost about $4,000, I noticed. You know what? We're going to get a big-ass grant off of this, so I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And we're going to create the other 2 and just call this office done. There we go, 7,213. So, now we need to hire people. Why is this planning only, not on foundations? Oh, that's not on foundations. Well, you know what? I'm just going to wall off this dead area. May look a little funny, but now the room designator won't freak out. Alright, so we need at least 1 janitor. We're looking for someone cheap. This one works best at night, but they're cheap. They have nothing negative. You're in. Receptionist. Let's see, what do we got? Rest levels decrease slower. Everybody else has a negative with them. Let's keep shopping. I need to take out a loan. Huh, this person looks good. Nothing negative, nothing positive, but receptionist really doesn't need that much extra. Except if you can nab one that has the pleasant trait or the extra diagnosis. So they're on. But we are out of money. So I need to take, I'm just going to take $60,000 off. And we can repay that later. But there's going to be more after this. So now let's get our main general surgery doctor, not surgeon. These are just the people that are in this department saying, hey, yeah, you know, you might need surgery for that. Let's see. Ooh, this person's good, and they're cheap. Okay, Jane Jackson. Works great during the day, needs are reduced slower, they're very clean, and they're a good boss. Bam, you're in, you're the chief doctor. So now, the reward for opening up that specialized department is I can get another insurance company, which is an entire third group of patients to come in. So even more people will come to my hospital. So which is going to start getting crazy. Um, but right now, I just need that one doctor. I don't need two doctors because, I mean, you'll see, not as many people come to the specialized units. New objective or objective complete. Okay, reward hospitalization. All right, so now that we've completed that objective, we can actually create an emergency room. Um, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. So we've opened that, we got everything we need, receptionist, janitor, great, it's self-sustaining. I could build that lab, but I don't really, I'm already $60,000 in debt. Let's kind of lower that back down to a manageable state. Oh, let's not work in a drywall facility. There. Floors. And even the hallway. Big hallway floors. It all looks the same now, but we're going to customize it later. Right now we're going for effectiveness and efficiency, and then we'll beautify it later. But the one things that I don't want to have to worry about are the external walls. And if I miss something, I think you actually do get penalized if the walls are the drywall. Like, the patients will start to complain of it looking nasty. Alright, am I missing anything? Missing anything? No, no, no. That's going to be an exterior, or like eventually not have to worry about it. This, I don't know how long it'll take before I expand this, so I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that's the correct exterior paint. And there we go. Bam. There. Oh, I'm dumb. Where are they going to wait? I missed the waiting room. Alright, got that. I think I got everything. Alright, waiting room. Crap ton of chairs. It's as simple as that. This is going to have even more chairs than the actual, like, regular doctor's office. And they only have 3 offices. There. And they are going to have the queuing machine set up. And, of course, you guys are going to have soda. You guys are going to have coffee. And no. You're going to have to pay for everything, but you guys get a coffee machine. All right. I'm not going to fool around. Again, effectiveness and efficiency. That's our goal for this one. All right. Okay. So how much can we afford to pay back? $40,000 back. We have $8,000. We need to be making more money. However, we've got that third insurance company. Bam, Liver TY gives us more patients. It gave us, we're up to 32 patients next day. We need 20 for the next grant. So, bam, day 3, we're going to nail this. So let's go ahead and fast forward because the day is pretty much over. We need to go to day 3. And one of our grants is going to come from treating one patient per day at any specialized department. So one person needs to show up for general surgery, and then we get a bonus from that. We're looking good. And we haven't even enabled night shifts yet. We haven't enabled hospitalization, no emergency room. We're looking good. We've got stuff planned out, expanded for the future. I know where the radiology department's going to go on the next floor. That's going to be awesome to put in once I have the money. But we're going to need a big old loan for that. Also, we're going to need a need for that. Because not a lot beyond x-rays for general surgery. Well, I guess MRIs. MRIs do identify a lot of like internal stuff with like the liver and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and skip to day 3. We still got that 10% lower insurance payments, but that's not a big deal. I'm more concerned about people in the front door than I am about the actual amount they pay. So I think I'm still making a profit. Let's check the budget for yesterday. Yeah, like yesterday I still made a profit. I just spent like our entire, safety pillow on the new department. So as long as we're still in the green, we're getting even more people. We're going to be even more in the green if I just sit here. And this is where that anthill gameplay comes in, where I can't afford to check every single one of these patients that comes in. Like if something happens where like one of them collapses and nearly dies, yeah, sure, I'll take a look at it. But right now, I just got to trust the doctors. They are a machine of diagnosis. Alright, so one person already has come in for general surgery. And now we have unlocked hospitalization. And see, look at that, $560 to visit the general surgery department. How much is this guy going to have to pay? What's wrong with him? Campylobacteriosis. Bacteriosis. Oh man, it's divided into 2 words. But okay, $360 and antibiotics. See, it's not even a surgery issue, but it's a more serious issue that they just diagnose there. And later on, if things are bad enough, they will send them to be hospitalized. But for now, that's not even available. So they don't send you stuff that you can't treat, usually. And so unless you have hospitalization set up, they won't like send you with a wave of people expecting to stay the night at like a little doctor's office. However, I'm seeing this queue build up, and I'm kind of like, okay, can we treat this many people with 3 doctors? I'm thinking we can, but it might be time to expand and at least get one more doctor's office, maybe? But I'm going to have to lay foundation into all that planned out area. I don't know. Let's roll through day 3. Day 3 is actually almost over for the day shift. And like you can see, the pharmacy is cranking out money. Take my pills. Alright, there we go. 20 patients per day and a $50,000 grant. That'll cover our loan, and we will be back out of debt. Ooh, we made a lot more. Oh, we got 2 grants, because we got treat 5 patients per day at the specialized department. So, I mean, general surgery is looking good. We got so much money. Let's expand. So, actually, that is a good thing to do for the next video, because we're right on time here. And man, oh man. Alright, well, first thing, let's pay off our loan. Bam. Don't have to worry about that. Now we're out of debt. But the next video, we are going to expand and finalize our general medicine, and we're just going to keep nailing off these grants until it requires us. I mean, the next step is to enable hospitalization at emergency, which is literally the emergency room. This is where the trauma happens. This is where it's life or death. So it's a very important thing to set up. So we're probably going to do that next video, because it's definitely one of the things where this defines your hospital and the way it works in the future. But for now, I mean, crap, I'm really happy with the new specialized department, with the plan on putting radiology on the second floor. And we're going to have all three of our labs. I might set up that third lab just for the heck of it, just to have it available, because you never know who's going to need a diagnosis of what. And so just to have it available is awesome. And we haven't even enabled night shifts yet. So, oh man, I'm real excited about the way this is building out. And that's one thing I love about this game, is it just naturally builds into something amazing. And you just watch the machine turn its gears and work and make you money. So anyway, I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun too. So this is Logic Hog. End of the video. See ya.